Hi everybody, I'm George Riles at Last Chance Archery, and it's time for another thing a week. But before I get into that, I want to go over a couple things. One thing, only 16% of you that are watching these videos are subscribed, and it helps us out a lot if all of you would subscribe, and it benefits you to subscribe because you'll get a notification when the next video comes out. So do us a favor, take a second, click the button. Okay. Also, you can get lessons from me if you go to improvemyarchery.com. I do online lessons which work great. I can also do in-person lessons, and you can come to my shop and get lessons there with me. Improvemyarchery.com. You can go there, look at my calendar, see when I'm available, pick a time that makes sense for you, and I'll see you when you get there for your lesson. So you can also get a seminar from me. I can come to your shop or local archery club, put on a weekend-long show. It's a great way to get a lot of customers in your shop and get everybody energized about archery at the same time. So all you got to do is contact me through the website there at improvemyarchery.com, and we can talk about a day or a date that works best for you. So that all being said, here we go for another thing a week. Today, I'm going to show you a really cool shooting drill that I love. And I keep this in mind all the time. I call this Swedish dot. The reason that it's Swedish dot is I was at an archery club with a whole bunch of Swedish shooters in Gothenburg, Sweden, and we were doing closest to center shoot-offs. And we were practicing. The room was full of great shooters, and we would shoot one arrow, and we would walk down, and we would decide who the winner was, and then we would come back, and we would shoot one arrow. Well, after a while, we got the big idea that each bullseye is a new game, right? So we would shoot one arrow here, arrow number 1, arrow number 2, arrow number 3. And each shot is a closest to center shoot-off. So one arrow is the complete game. When you're scoring with someone, you could have a room full of people and go down the line. Once you've shot 3 arrows, you can go down the line and look at everybody's number 1 arrow and decide who is the closest to the center, right? Then go down the line and figure out whose second arrow is closest to center, and so on and so forth. You can play this game where it's the first to 6, the first to 10. You could shoot 10 ends and then see who has the most dots. I call it Swedish dot because when you win one, let's say if one of your arrows was closest to center out of the group, I just make a little dot hole in my target to mark that I got a point off of one of those arrows. If you get 3 dots in one end, we call that a triple, right? And it's big bragging rights if you win all 3 dots. But this drill or this game has a reason. And the point being is that if you miss one arrow just completely off of the paper, it doesn't matter because you have 2 more chances to win. So every arrow is a complete competition. So that teaches you how to focus and put your absolute best effort into each shot. And it also, because if you're unsuccessful, you get to try again. It makes it a lot easier to forget that last shot and put everything you have into the next shot. Often, I use this game, for all you archery coaches out there, I use this game to trick people into shooting the highest score they've ever shot because they get lost in the Swedish dot game, the single arrow competition. But I pay attention off to the side, how many ends we've shot, how many X's they have, all of those things, and I can keep their real like 300 Vegas score off to the side without them paying attention. And then when it's done, I go, hey, look here, we've shot 2 ends. I did this with a kid once years ago. His name was Dylan McGeorge. He would always shoot 297s with, 15, 17, 20 X's. And if you're a 20X shooter, you're a 300 shooter, and you just don't know it yet. Well, we were doing the Swedish dot game, and he got lost in it, and we're bragging, we're talking trash back and forth with each other. I would shoot one right in the middle. I go, oh, that one's mine. There's no way you're going to get that one, that kind of thing. when we got done, we always had this thing where we'd stop and look at the target. We go, okay, what do we see? And we would look at the whole pattern in the target so we could diagnose what form issues and things like that that may be appearing in the overall pattern of impacts in the target. So he's looking at it, and I go, so what do you see here? And he's looking, and I go, and I got impatient. I'm like, well, you know, how many arrows are outside the 10 ring? And he goes, well, none really. And I waited, and he kept looking at the target. And I go, how many ends do you think we shot? He goes, did we shoot 10 ends? I go, yeah, we shot 10 ends. And he goes, oh my God, I just shot a 300. I go, uh-huh. What else do you see? And he goes, how many X's are outside? How many arrows were outside the X? And he's looking. He goes, did I just shoot a 27X 300? I was like, yeah, you just shot a 27X 300. Now before, 297 was his highest score. So suddenly he figured out, when he quit worrying about score and worrying about the individual arrow, he discovered that he could shoot a 327 X's. The confidence that he got from doing this drill, and we played this game over and over and over with all the kids that came in the range and the whole bit, that everyone gained a new sense of confidence, and it pushed their possible score much higher because they could lose themselves into the Swedish dot game and not really pay attention to their cumulative 300 score. So get together some of your friends, try the Swedish dot game, and just pay attention, trying to win each individual arrow. You may be surprised how high of a score you can actually shoot.